What is up, world? You are in tune to the Cowboys Global Cast here at the FFSN Network. We are DC4L. We are Dallas Cowboys for life. And listen, man, we got some bad news. Uh, we got some bad news today, man. We lost Trevon Diggs, cornerback for the year with a torn ACL. Definitely a season ending. And I hate it for Trey. As much as I hate it for Trey, I hate it for little Trey. I mean, he loves cheering his father on. And man, I mean, Trey was actually on his way to a really banner year. I really feel like he was going to have one of the best years of his career. And losing him, we lose a vital part of this team. I'm not. It's not one of those things where we could sit and say, it's not one of those things where we could sit and say that we don't lose somebody very specific to the team. We actually do. We lose a big member of the Dallas Cowboys secondary. But at this point, it's next man up. It's what football is. It's what football has always been. There's always going to be injuries. You hate to see them happen. And you don't want to see them happen. I mean, for Trey, this is a non-contact injury. I don't know what it is with the Cowboys and them, losing players on Thursday practices. I don't know what that's about, right? I don't know what that's about at all. I wish I knew what that was about, seeing the Cowboys lose players on Thursday practice. Maybe we should do walkthroughs on Thursday I don't know. But that being the case, and before we get to reviewing the Arizona game, I want to just talk about it. I mean, literally what's going to happen is Deron Bland is going to move to the outside in Trey's position. Now, if you remember, Trey was hurt last year and Deron Bland had to step into his place, and he did a really good job. Last year by PFF, the ranking he had was 73.4. He came on. He had the most interceptions on our team. Right now on PFF had him ranked as the number 13 cornerback. Trey and him were the first two cornerbacks that we had listed, number 6 and number 13. And right now he has a PFF grade of 77, and that's just playing in the slot. But I will say this: he has some ball hawk ability. He's gonna be good in as a replacement. There's a little bit of gap between him and Trey. Trey's elite. Deron Bland is very, very good, right? He's very, very good. And who knows? By the end of the year, he may be elite. That's what we're hoping. That's what we're hoping to see as that he plays his way into elite status. That would be really, really great for that to happen for us. But then you slide Deron Bland over. Jordan Lewis, thank God we didn't trade. Thank God we didn't trade Jordan Lewis. So Jordan Lewis now steps into that nickel spot where Deron Bland was and is vacated. So, we still have a very solid secondary. On top of that, the Cowboys, the way that we defense is predicated on the safeties coming down into the box and coming down, running downhill to stop the running game, right? And one of the most violent safeties, if not the most violent safety we have, hasn't even played. He's just now coming back. Donald's been hurt. So we get Donald back. And then, you still have Wanye and everybody who's been in this rotation still there to be able to plug in different places. Israel Mukuamu is another one that we have that will be able to kind of step into that outside role. And then, of course, you still have, other people who can step in like Nate Sean. And then, of course, we have your guy. We have some people, Eric Scott Jr. Eric Scott Jr. is still there as well. And, you have some other guys that you may be able to kind of pull up from the practice team. I don't know that we go out and we go get anybody to try to, help us to replace what we lost in Trevon Diggs, because where do you find that on in the free agent market? You don't find somebody who just elite. You don't find them. So this loss is big. While it is big, I think we will be able to overcome. And it's another thing, you're about to see a defense that's a little bit angry. They lost a brother, they lost a soldier, so they're gonna be ready to go, and they're gonna be playing with an attitude, with an aggravated attitude at that, right? On top of that, we're getting ready to play the Arizona Cardinals this week. Uh, really want to look at the game. Of course, Joshua Dobbs is the quarterback. I don't think that Joshua Dobbs got the message that we're trying to tank and getting the Caleb Williams sweepstake. I don't think he got that message. Joshua Dobbs is out here trying to play. Dobbs is playing. I mean, last year he put up 250 on us. I forget his stats. I'll probably flash him right here. He put up 250, one touchdown, one interception by Nashawn Wright. Um, this defense has a long memory. They don't forget much. They don't forget much at all. So I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm going to tell you one thing about this defense. They're going to be ready to play and up to play Joshua Dobbs. And everyone's saying, well, why does it matter? It's Arizona. Every game you got to take. This is the top 1%. You can't let anybody think that you don't have to show up and you're gonna win. That's not gonna happen. There's the top 1% of players in the world who play this sport. So everybody could beat you on any given Sunday. You just got to show up. And this is a defense that I don't think you're gonna have to motivate much to show up, especially knowing that they lost one of their field generals in Trevon Diggs. I'm looking at the offense, and when we start talking about the offense, we've been super efficient. I mean, super duper efficient. Dak has he's in the top 10 in QBR. He's not throwing for a whole bunch of yards, but definitely he hadn't had a reason to really go out there and try to barn burn. I think I like Mike McCarthy's attitude where he's just kind of meticulously getting down the field, eating up getting chunk plays, wearing their front lines out, because our front and their front, we're better on each sides of the ball. So we're just trying to methodically run people's defensive and offensive lines out of the way. Just kind of push them out of the way so we can do what we're gonna do. I mean, you saw Dak hit CD. CD had over 100 yards in this last game. He's gonna get open deep. Same kind of plays. Brandon Cooks is actually coming back this game. You can expect Brandon to be hit on some deep routes this game. And you're also one of the things we need to see, man. I'm predicting, and Tom has predicted this too, that we're gonna see by the end of the year, we're definitely gonna see wide receiver number 3 belong to Jalen Tolbert. I don't know where Michael is, man. I've been hoping that we would get something from Michael. We haven't been able to get anything from Michael, but hey, the season's young, and we could definitely do that. But I'm really waiting to see what we get. I think it was really good to see Deuce get involved in the offense early, and I expect to see him get involved in the offense again. Some packages in there for Deuce Vaughn to get in and kind of get to open spaces really fast. If we can get him in open spaces, man, Katie Bartador, there's a whole bunch of magical things that could happen, and we break some big plays. But I look this week against the Arizona Cardinals, I definitely look for us to have, about 4 or 5 really big plays, over 20 yards, explosive plays. I definitely look for that to happen. I look for the defense to be mean, nasty. Definitely my score that I think we're looking at is 38-13. 38-13 Cowboys over the Cardinals. I think they score a touchdown late, garbage time. Could happen that they don't score any touchdowns. But, I'm giving them, it's a professional team. I'm giving them respect. I definitely see them trying to hit us in their short passing game, trying to run up the middle, but I don't know that that's going to happen. You got Buda Bay game, so offensively, we're going to be able to kind of take advantage of a lot of the defensive players they have out. We're just going to have to do what we do. And then I think it's feast time. You're going to see a lot of the second teamers play this game. I really think so. So my quick prediction for this game is 38-13. I don't think Mike, cares to score 40, 50 points. I don't think he cares to run it up. I think he just cares to be methodical and score, play complementary football. And I see both sides of the football doing that. But today, it is bad news, Cowboys fans. I need for you guys to cheer up. We're gonna be okay. And when we get Diggs back next year, he'll be a Super Bowl champ, and we'll be able to kind of be on all cylinders. We've lost three good ones, man. We lost Stevens, we lost Overshown, we lost Diggs. We just got to keep going. Like, this is a very deep team, and we have to keep going. We have to keep progressing. I'm excited to see what Bland is going to do over there in that corner. I really, really, really believe in Deron Bland, and I think that he's going to do more than just a competitive job. He's actually going to show you that he could be one of the top corners in the NFL at some point. This is your boy Mod. Listen, we don't have time. I didn't have time with me today, but we're definitely going to have him here soon. We wanted to stop in, say some news, talk about the game that's coming on Sunday, 3/25. I'm excited to see what we're going to do against the Cardinals here at the Cowboys Global Cast on the FFSN Network. We appreciate you for rocking with us, man. Peace.